as well. We have Joseph Cano and Jay Strachan. They both played for Griffins before. Joseph Cano being a receiver, and a very good receiver, catching.
By the way, what's it called?
Welcome everyone. You're listening to and perhaps watching Super Flag Bros, where we don't have a countdown to bring us to the show. I don't know if any of you know any technical directors, but if you do,
we are hiring.
CVs.
We are hiring.
Speaking of which, our technical director is, of course, the Eagle at Master Control. If you want to tweet the show live, you can tweet him at EagleFPF. Please be as explicit as possible. To my left, I have my brother, my Super Flag Bro himself.
Yeah, man.
Deez Delarice.
I have not shaved yet. I need to shave.
Evidently. I don't know if you ever shaved.
Yeah, never.
And
Only,
of course, the man,
depends where.
The man who's never shaved, our producer for the show is Chapman. He can be found, of course, at Mom's Dinner Table.
Your
of course,
mom's dinner table.
More specifically. And if you are looking for Duke, of course, on Twitter or any other social media platforms, it is, in fact, at Dave's Republic.
Actually, I'll find you. You won't even find me.
That's true. That's the creepiest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. We're actually brought to you from the Sportira cage, where each week in FPF, teams face off and look their best by visiting Sportira. They are, of course, the official supplier of FPF jerseys, so don't get stuck wearing John Travolta's face like Nick Cage in Face Off. Guys, we look at Division 6, and we've seen so many teams move up through the ranks. Obamacare, Tomahawk Nightmare, The Pack, DG Goons, Fuzzy Kittens, Been There, Done That, Wolfpack, Hot Boys Hotline, Show Me Your TDs, Smash Bros, The Fat and the Furious, and Junkyard Dogs, all originating in Division 6 or Division E and moving up. And we see them as high as Division 4.
Definitely.
We've seen it be a fruitful breeding ground for teams.
Yeah.
And, just off the top of your head, do you think there's any teams that you see so far that may be willing to make that jump next season?
You know, honestly, I know it's only 2 weeks in, so it's really hard to make this prediction now, and I'd love to have this conversation, I think, later into the season.
But we're having it now.
We are. But there are a couple of teams I want to move on, and right now only for the sole purpose that they've been in Division 6 for too long. We have Jean-Guy. I think it's about time. After the season, you got to...
We'll talk a little bit about them later, and maybe not. Maybe it's not time.
Then we also have NWO. I think NWO would be a really nice team.
That'd be a good candidate.
For... the other thing too is it's hard to judge it just by division. I think Division 6 is a different beast from Division 5, from Division 4, and you only really know until you play different divisions. And I think that's one of the main reasons you want to move on to another division.
And it's, with the higher cap space, you can surround yourself with better players. And,
Absolutely,
and helps you develop.
Because you get what is the cap space difference between Division 6 and Division 5?
Somebody who knows more than me.
Eagle or Chapman, you're honest. What?
35 points. So 35 points is significant. You're adding over 5 points per player on either side of the ball.
It's substantial, basically.
Absolutely. And Chapman, what do you think it takes what do you think separates one team from the rest in Division 6? What does it take to stand out?
In all honesty, it's a lot of it comes down to communication. Mm-hmm. And you see it a lot on defense because a lot of teams sometimes are not very prepared on the defense side of the ball. And it's the play calling. It's being able to pinpoint exactly where you want to go with it. And in all honesty, it's like the other thing, too, is playing together for long periods of time also helps a lot.
Well, preparation was a key in the Ravens versus Trojans game.
Yeah.
Ravens won 30-27. Trojans started off hot as they scored 20 in the first half. However, the Ravens kept pace and were able to hold the Trojans to 7 points in the second half. What kind of adjustments can be made in that kind of game where you're trading scores, Duke?
Yeah, and I think in general, when you're talking about an FPF game, I think one of the main things that we always talk about is how you have to make something out of every possession because you only have two halves. It's crazy how...
You usually only have two halves, by the way.
Two halves.
It's a mathematical thing.
I'm saying specifically in this sport, we only have two halves. There's different...
But in any element of life, there can only be two halves. You can only divide something in half once.
Listen, man.
You're left with two parts.
Listen. All math and statistics aside, I'm just saying that
and grammar and science.
There's two halves. Damn it, Paul.
It's a different beat. You go to the second half. I just find that you can either have two things. You have a team that comes in going really hot, and then they get super cold. Maybe their adjustments change. Maybe they have a different alignment. Maybe they're just doing the same thing over and over. And I find a lot of times when we get to the second half, things change, man. It's almost like teams are either playing a lot harder for the just to win that specific game. And I think also at the beginning of the season too, like that you see these kind of games, these tight games, 30-27.
Absolutely, and for the Ravens, we see Marc-Andre Vallée, Corey Dugaboliu, Felix Gagne, and Gabriel Boyer all having between 4 and 7 catches, while Vallée clearly seems to be the touchdown threat as he has 6. Do you think it's important to have a platoon of receivers who have different roles on the roster? And what would those roles be if you're building a team yourself?
Well, I think it's either in Division 6 you either have one guy that catches everything, or you have a platoon, like you said, catching the pass. But the most important thing is having guys that are sure hands in any situation is super helpful, because you can every week you can change your offense. You can aim for Valet one week. The next week you can aim for Gagne. I think that it's like the beginning of the season. You need guys like this that are possession receivers that can get your momentum going forward. So yeah, so basically this at this moment, yeah, this is a winning formula for me when I look at this team.
Winning formula is also completing passes,
Yeah.
and that was not really the case between Jean-Guy and Team 4th and 20. The score was 12-8, and there was one completed pass between both teams in the first half of this game.
Really surprising though, I find.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like, I mean, Jean-Guy's got a great defense,
Yeah.
so that's got to be part of it. But you know, like, I think a lot of it is they've gone with sorry, I've lost his name. With Emile Lamy. Yes, there, I'm back.
We're also looking for a new host, by the way.
Yeah,
If
new
anyone's
host.
looking-
We've gone with Emile Lamy
Yeah,
as quarterback.
yes.
In his first full season as quarterback. Do you think this has been the right decision? Do you think that he's going to find a way to propel their offense? Because from what I saw, it looked like he had a lot of accuracy issues.
I look at it this two ways, and I've been covering this team, Jean-Guy, for a couple of seasons so far. And right now, look, there's good news. The good news is he won you the game. Okay, that's great. The bad news is he looks exactly like he did last season. And I just think that it's either you make the step up forward in this Division 6, or you're going to be the same thing every single week. And I just think, like, I look at this game, and it's surprising for me because 4th and 20 is a good team. They should have won this game. But Jean-Guy, surprisingly, and maybe not so surprisingly, a great defense coming in this season so far. The best defense I've seen, the most mediocre offense I've seen also in the Division 6.
That's been the
Right,
recipe.
but that's been a recipe.
That's been the recipe for mediocrity.
But like sometimes you got to put some pepper in it, you know?
He needs pepper.
He needs some pepper and some salt.
Gotta sneeze it all out.
Gotta put some spice, man.
Chapman, when your quarterback hasn't completed a pass all half, and you're going into the huddle, be awkwardly supportive. What would you tell them?
I would not say a word.
Awesome.
Oh, come on.
That's awkwardly, not even supportive. That's just mean, man.
Nah,
You're just
that's
cold.
like the Bruce Arians style.
apparently, just say it out to the media. When we look at this game,
This game?
we see it ending on a Hail Mary, a deep
but it
crossing out to
happens.
Jeremy Cloutier, his
happens.
only catch of the game.
Yeah.
Should it be a
30-yard
touchdown?
pass.
So I mean, in the end, it turned out to be really exciting, but you know what? You can't count on a Hail Mary every week.
No, you can't, and especially in this division where mistakes are going to happen on the deep pass. Like that's the kind of thing that happens, and that's the thing that's the most disappointing to me because, like 4th and 20, like last week dominated. Mind you, I think they played against Victoria's Secret, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's probably a team that's going to have a lot of domination going the wrong way. But I think like, I'm kind of surprised with 4th and 20, but at the same time, you know, Jean-Guy once again bringing defense, and I can't wait to see what they're going to bring up this week against Victoria's Secret.
Mark Haggerty continues to be the entire offense for Team 4th and 20. However, their execution was just a little off. Was this a bad game against a skilled defense, or is Team 4th and 20 going to be this all season?
You know, I'm really excited for this week when they play against the Nighthawks. I think that it's going to be like the perfect matchup for us to get a good litmus test. Check that out, litmus test on this
Scientific concept. We'll get to science later.
Is that I've been studying up. And I think what? I didn't hear what you said. But anyway, so the Nighthawks, I think like they will pose a good challenge to them, and I want to see them at least try to spread the ball out elsewhere towards anyone else but Haggerty.
Yeah, we're going to go quickly through the NWO CMS Laval game. NWO winning 31-12. NWO looked like the more polished team. Mike Sanchez has grown as a quarterback, but we saw Samuel Lamoth and Stefano Caparelli drop some balls early. What can this receiving do in order to ensure that they'll perform better in the future?
What do you mean perform better in the future? They caught 5 touchdowns between like 8 people.
There's also drops.
Yeah, I know, but
that's
that
not
happens
gonna
every
work.
game.
They're also playing in CMS Laval as a brand new team.
I understand, but I'm just saying like, like drops are product of the system. Like we don't know really what happened. Like I just think that when your team
Ball
when your team
hits
catch
hands.
yes, and it falls. I know it happens to me a lot, but I'm just saying, like, I think, look, they as a receiving core, they had 5 touchdowns. I just think, look, it's gonna happen. You have it's in. Look, we're also talking about the added a free agent to the team too.
What's it? So like Mike Francis,
Yeah.
or I should probably say him probably.
No, you should say it probably.
Mike Francis. What do you think he means for NWO? He's a
Sure
big free
hands,
agent.
sure hands. And you know you're talking
And he's
about
huge, too.
but
He's a tall
you're
dude.
talking about guys dropping passes. Was he dropping passes?
He
No,
was not.
So that I find is just it's good to have that guy there because as we know, covering NWO for a couple of seasons now, drops have been an issue, and this is a great free agent add to this team.
Absolutely. CMS Laval has all the makings of a brand new team in FPF. Troubles at quarterback, emphasize route running, disorganized defense.
Yeah.
Quickly, in a sentence or two, what should they improve first?
Jerseys. Get
All
new,
right.
get new jerseys.
Get New Jerseys.
Also,
They do have
also-
new jerseys, they're
yeah,
blue.
I know. Just talk to me. I'll get you some.
He
nice-
wants logos on
I
them.
want logos. No, but
Alright.
also, you got the tackling, poor tackling, just bad defensive organization. I mean, come on, you have to make a decision, even if you don't like the play call that's on the field, go with it and just perform that play. Like,
Absolutely.
don't second guess things. Just be in the right place.
A man who never second guesses his gut is Chapman. Chapman is the most overreactionary man I have ever met in my life. Chapman,
So true.
We're looking for your overreactions of week number 2.
So this week, the Diablos.
Yeah.
They win last week by 20 points. This week, they lose by 20 points.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Who are they? What's their identity? Are they winners? Or are they losers? Or are they just sitting on top of the fence?
It's not even an overreaction so much as a loud question,
Yeah.
but I think we'll take that. I think
got
we'll
it,
take
man.
that.
I got your back on this.
Overreaction number 2.
Number 2. Jean-Guy and Team Laval will not allow 100 points this season. It's just not going to
Whoa.
happen.
But I think they've also not allowed 100 points in previous seasons.
I know.
Jean-Guy.
You both played on a team that was the best defense and still allowed 100 points. You know how
Yeah.
hard it is to allow less than 10 points,
Points a game, yeah.
Hey
It's
man,
tough.
I got your back on
But
this.
you're saying they will. You're saying they will.
They will. They'll make it.
All right.
I believe.
You believe. Third overreaction, Chapman.
Donkey Kong. They added Tony Testa this week, and honestly, it was looking like they were getting ready to turn the page. However,
I think you said their name wrong. It's Gronky Kong, not Donkey Kong.
I said Donkey Kong.
You just have to say Gronky Kong.
I should have said Donkey Kong. I said Donkey Kong. I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure.
All right. So they got.
They got Tony Testa, and honestly, I thought they were going to turn the page, but I went and looked on Facebook, and he was just a one-game addition. Like, what the hell? You guys need to sign a free agent in order to be competitive in this league.
Yeah, man.
So what does that mean for Donkey Kong?
I think they're going to win 0 games this season. They will be worse than They will be worse than Punch Panda. 9-1, baby.
But what if Tony Testa's there though for 1 game or 2 games? They might win 1 or 2 games.
I think so, but if he's not
So
there,
he's saying the key to success rests on one guy who's not even on the team full time.
yes.
Interesting analysis. What do we have? What do we have for your fourth and final reaction?
So El Chapo escaped from prison, right?
It's something near and dear to your heart because you share his name.
Yeah, I do.
yeah.
I actually have a
As a ma- as a
poker
matter-
handle that's the same.
As a matter of
oddly
fact,
enough.
when we're drunk, we call you El Chapo.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
When we consume adult beverages.
Anyways, so he escaped, and instead of bringing him to a different facility, they brought him to the same one.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Kind of giving
Has-
the floor plans there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I also don't understand how that guy he's about to get caught, right? What does he do? He's like hitting up piece replacement places. He's also going to the pharmacy. Like, aren't you trying to hide?
Also, like he did an interview with Sean Penn. Like,
The
isn't that
worst person.
borderline treasonous for Sean Penn to be doing an interview with
He was
an enemy of the
he was
state?
hiding in a trunk.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's true.
The poor guy, though, honestly.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Who
Poor guy. Who are you
Poor
talking
guy.
about? El
Poor
Chapo's
guy.
not poor. He's
Listen,
really not poor.
There's a dog that has to eat his food to make sure he doesn't get poisoned.
Is that for real? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
and
I
then
don't
he's
know
got
what
to eat
he's
the
talking
food
about.
afterwards. No, it's true.
All right, I don't doubt. Anyway, so let's leave
It's
dogs
true.
and El Chapo behind.
Right.
Let's see. We're gonna skip right through the break because the overreactions just were too ridiculous to
It's
leave behind.
amazing. It's amazing. We need to do this more often.
Let's look at priorities. What we see often in the low divisions is we see defenses freaking out
Yeah,
at
man.
every pass they allow,
Yeah.
every score they allow. I kind of say in the differences between lower and higher divisions. In higher divisions, you kind of expect it. I kind of feel in higher divisions, anytime you don't score, it's a triumph. Anytime you don't allow a score, it's a triumph.
Yeah.
And then you're looking for that one mistake, and hopefully your offense won't make that mistake. Where in lower divisions, there seems to be such a spotlight on every little error. So I thought you might want to shed some light on this, Deez, as you're a defensive-minded player.
But I think you also hit it right on the head. I think it's like, as a defense, you got to look at past the small accomplishments. Like, forget about allowing a 5-yard catch or a 10-yard out. Like, we've played in this league long enough to know you're not going to win a game on dink and dunks. Actually, we've won a lot of games on dink and dunks.
A lot of
passes.
games.
But that being said, forget it. Like all of that aside,
Forget that thing you just said. That's true.
But I
It's
think
not actually true.
I think what really kills a team in the lower Division 6, and we've experienced this in our first year ever playing in this league, was that when you're playing against a team and they're beating you on bombs, it kills you because you're chasing that ball down the field. You have no momentum coming back to the huddle. You're not really feeling it. You're allowing too many long passes. The opposing offense is just scoring so many points, so much faster than you, that you kind of like you're just doing those dink and dunks, and it doesn't feel like you're really accomplishing much. So I think like as a defense, your priority should be to like forget like if you're the kind of defense that a lot of points are being scored on you, like you need to focus mostly on like giving a little bit of leeway. And focusing on just like not allowing a touchdown. Forget about first down, second down, third down. You know.
Yeah, make them work for it.
It's such a short field. Like it's so easy to throw a touchdown pass. Like not for me, not for Peas, but for a decent quarterback. If your guy's not covered down the field, and like I just think like the proper kind of coverage would be you have guys deep down the field, guys you know can defeat, they can take care of the deep pass, but just don't stress, man. Don't stress.
And trust each other on defense. Don't feel like you have to be the hero to make the play. Do your job selfishly and trust that the guys around you will make plays as well. Team Laval, 14 points allowed.
Is CMS Laval or Team Laval?
Team Laval.
Team Laval.
Yeah,
Tip-top
I read
shape.
the notes.
Tip-top shape, only 32 points allowed. PB and Jelly, 19 points. Jean-Guy, only 14 points allowed. Guys, let's go to Chapman. What do you think makes these defenses so good?
I think, what makes them really good is that when they make a call, they go and stick to it. They don't question it. You might as well make a bad call and everyone follow, as opposed to a good call and, you know what I mean, your defense not trusting what you're going to do.
They just kind of like believe in the system, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
So lots of mindless jock talk and no
Yes.
actual analysis on that
Damn
segment.
straight.
All right, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Just
I'm sure these teams do
stick
more
to the
than-
plan.
I'm sure they do more than make bad calls and stick to the plan. But let's go with that. Let's get into picks, gentlemen, and then we'll end the show, of course, with everyone's favorite segment, of course, except of course for you, D's.
You want-
Science Hour with
It's
Duke.
funny how he makes fun of useless jock talk, but he's about to give me the picks, and it's just full of it.
It's amazing. That's why I love the picks, though. Is I actually enjoy the useless jock talk and
Jock talk.
without absolutely and without any further ado, we'll look at the week 3 picks. Tip-top shape take on the Ravens. These, what do you think?
You got music for this? You got to get music for this. I take tip-top shape. Tip-top shape over Ravens. David DeAndre. I think I said his name properly. The man. Next.
He is in fact a man. Chapman.
I'll go with the Ravens.
Because
Because they surprised us with the Trojans, why can't they do it again?
that's fair. PB and Jelly take on NWO. We have a soaring team against an established team, both playing very well. What do you think, these?
NWO, do not get bored with this one. This one is yours. Sanchez, also.
The Sanchez.
The Sanchez, another top quarterback in this league. This is a game they got to win.
I like sandwiches, PB&J.
Fair. Donkey Kong versus CMS Laval.
This might be the worst game of the week or the best game of the week. I don't know, but I'm going to take Donkey Kong because they are the better team.
I don't know anything, so I'm going to take Donkey Kong.
I'm going to go with CMS.
You might. It's yes or no.
I said I'm going to go with CMS. You're not
No, you
listening?
kinda- I'm pretty sure you said you might, but Team Laval
did
take
say.
on Spartans. These was your pick.
I'm going to take Team Laval because win streak plus good defense plus good offense. You know what it equals, Chapman?
Team Laval.
Success.
Oh my God.
Team
All
Laval.
right. I have a headache from you right now. TDs and beer, Goon Squad.
This is going to be a close game, but you know what?
You like beer?
I'm going to go with experience on this one, piece. I'm going to go with Brad Evans.
Does experience
For the
give
win!
you a 6'5" receiver with like a 50-inch vertical?
Yeah, but
All
like,
right.
that's the
All
best
right, then
part.
cool. Let's go with that.
Goon Squad.
Goon Squad is okay. You don't like experience then.
No, I don't. Also, I picked against the squads,
So-
and they're winning now, so I'm going to go with them.
So what you're saying is dating advice for you is very similar to picking football. Don't go with experience. Smoke and Axholtz against Trojans.
I'm going to go with Smoke and Axes on this one. Jordan Rossi, another top-tier quarterback. Going to take this one home.
And he's got a beard, so beards are good.
Chapman.
I'm going to go with the Trojans.
Why are you going against me? Is it
Every
on
game.
purpose?
Yes.
Jean-Guy's defense and Victoria's Secret mess will take off each other.
Victoria's Secret's probably going to be a 0-win team this year.
That's an overreaction from D's. That's surprising.
It really is.
Jean-Guy.
And maybe one game, but this game they are not going to win, man.
I think the athleticism of Victoria's Secret will keep them in contention, and they'll win this game. I'm making one pick this week. I'm saying Victoria's Secret beats Jean-Guy.
we
Chapman.
should so take a
Jean-Guy.
bet on this.
Jean-Guy,
We
all
need to
right.
take a bet on this like ASAP.
Oh, well, we'll get some bets coming up. I'm going to talk about some of our bets later.
Next game.
Brick Squad, Gamecocks.
Brick Brick Squad, I just got to say Nathan Campbell, Scudamari. I think that's his name, but there's a lot of C's in there. Scudamari. But here's the thing
Sure,
about
someone's
here's the thing about Brick Squad. They have a lot of really good players on their team. This game is theirs.
All right.
Brick Squad. I said it before about the squad.
All right. Saber FC versus Diablos. Chap, I know you think Diablos have no identity, or you thought they might not based on the question you asked
They're
yourself.
on the fence, clearly.
So are they off the fence and beating Saber FC, or are they losing the Sabres?
Oh, they're losing. They're falling off the fence.
So straight up lost the Sabres.
The Sabres, yeah, I like them.
What's up with you and the fences? Okay, I'm going to go with Saber FC on this one.
defensive.
You don't see the fences
I'm
behind you?
going to
Like,
say
just
Saber
look-
FC
just
on
look-
this one.
Just look behind you.
Mickey Mariani, great player last season, showed us what he got. He's going to continue that pace this week.
Will
This year.
Team 4th and 20 see many 4th and 20s when they face the Nighthawks?
No. I've already been saying that this is a great game, but Nighthawks have a really nice connection between Alessandrini and Dictactis. I just think that connection is
Say
too,
the name
too
again?
good. Dictactis.
Nice.
Dictactics.
Javin.
Dick Tactics.
For the win.
All right, so without further ado, we're going to get into Science Hour with Duke. Chat every once in a while, we will ask Duke a question about a scientific concept, and then at the end, we will not define the concept because that will become the new definition for that word. And this week, Science Hour with Duke is...
What is internal proliferation?
Internal proliferation.
Yes, it is. Internal proliferation.
Isn't proliferation when you lick an envelope? So it's like when you're like there's like something open inside your body. It's like there's a proliferation in your body. It's internal. You said the first word is internal, right?
Yes, that's what the first
I'm
one
not,
was.
I'm not super dumb, so I know internal means inside. Proliferation must mean open or closed. I got no idea. Something inside your body's open or closed, basically.
All right, so internal proliferation is when something in your body is either open
Or closed.
or closed.
Yeah,
It
man.
seems very scientific.
Probably the liver.
I'm going to go into my Thursday lesson plan. My Thursday lesson plan is just to tell everyone, of course, that we are starting our Table of Terror. It is absolutely a knockoff of the Dan Le Batard show, Grid of Death. Basically, every week we will dip into a box and we will pick names of who will win games. We don't actually know anything about this league, obviously, and the games are
nothing at
completely
all.
random.
Nothing at
You
all.
guys surprise us every week. So instead of actually picking, we're going to actually just pull names out of a bucket, and then out of a box rather, and then when we inevitably lose, there are a series of terrible challenges, like doing a show with your hand in a Ziploc bag full of mayonnaise,
Which is the Saguenay hand trap.
the Saguenay hand trap, or having to eat 15 hot dogs in a show, and
Which
or
is
having
the,
to be Eagles' personal and special assistant for an entire podcast,
Eagles
for an
may
entire
fly.
evening of
That
podcast.
sounds horrible.
Fly like an eagle.
All
That's
these are
what
terrible.
it's called.
So tune in at 8 o'clock, right after Division 1 and 2 podcast. For that,
You're dying.
I am dying. Remember, you can follow D's at Dave's Republic. You can follow Chapman all the way home. You can follow Eagle at Eagle FPF. I am Pease Delarice, reminding you, goodbye.
You know, I really hate Super C. I really hate that place. Like, they make you pay for your stupid shopping cart. Like, get out of here with that.
Get the quarterback.